So the simple way to identify the eyelid, the crease and the socket is get the middle, which is the crease. If you can identify the crease, which is the socket, from here to this place, okay, from here to here is called the lid. Then anywhere from the crease upwards is called the brow. Hi, thank you. So if you are here, that means you have seen my first video, because if you have not seen the first video as a beginner, you should go back to see that first video. It's about brows and how to achieve the perfect brows possible. As you can see, brows drawn to perfection. Okay, so without further ado, let's just get straight into this video. For eyeshadow, you need to know and understand the different eye shapes. Eye shapes, because and you need to identify what kind of eye shape you have. We have the hooded eyes. We have, I think the hooded eye is the most popular one. Let me just show you the different parts of the eyes. Where would that, because you need this knowledge to know where to apply what and where to put what. Okay, so first thing first, you need to identify your eyelid. So when you look up and look straight, the visible part you can see is called the eyelid. It starts from, let me come closer. So the eyelid comes from, okay, the easiest way to understand it is place your hand here and feel the socket in your eyes. Okay, can you feel the socket in your eyes? So from that socket, this is mine, from that socket down to this place is called your eyelid. Okay, from there to this place is called your eyelid. This socket now, this socket to this place is called your eyelid. So that is how to identify your eyelid. So if you have a hooded eye, what it means is that your eyelid are not visible. You have to find or create them yourself. So the best way to do that is by identifying it by what I just did now, like placing your hand and feeling this space or hole or the socket, and from there to where your eyelash starts is your eyelid. That is for people that have hooded eye, people that cannot see their eyelid like I can see mine. If I just look up and look straight, I can see my eyelid. Okay, now the second part of the eye is called the crease. Okay, the crease. You hear people say the crease. The second part is the crease. How to identify the crease is, you see that socket that you have been touching, that is what is called the crease. Just around this place where your socket is, in fact that exact point where your socket is, that is called the crease. It comes like this, okay, because if you feel your eye socket, that is how it's arranged. So that point is called your crease. So the third part of the eye is the brow bone. When we're drawing the brow, you heard me say brow bone. I want to highlight it so it will be well highlighted, all that. So to identify your brow bone is the crease. If this is the crease, this part is the brow bone. Now this part alone is the brow bone. It doesn't extend to the beginning of your eyes, okay? From here to here, it's called the brow bone. So the simple way to identify the eyelid, the crease and the socket is get the middle, which is the crease. If you can identify the crease, which is the socket, from here to this place, okay, from here to here is called the lid. Then anywhere from the crease upwards is called the brow bone. So if this is a crease, down the crease is called the eyelid. Then the up part is called the brow bone. Are we clear? Is that clear? That is just like the most easiest way to identify the eyelid, the crease and the brow bone. These three parts of the eyes are very essential. If you can identify these three parts, I'm very sure that your eyeshadow game will be like 100%. That is all you need to know. So place your hand on the crease again one more time. From the crease downwards is your eyelid, and from the crease upwards, is your brow bone. Let's do it again. Identify your eye socket. If you can identify your socket, that is called the crease. From the crease downwards is your eyelid. From the crease upwards is the brow bone. It is that easy, I promise you. Then we'll go further to identify other parts of the eyes. So I've mentioned the eyelid, the crease and the brow bone. Okay, so let us identify the inner part of the eyes, also called the tear duct, and the outer corner of the eye, also called outer V. I'm sorry, I'll try as much as possible to write them down, like put like a write-up so you understand what I'm saying. I'm sorry if I'm talking too fast. Let me go again. The next step is to identify the inner corner of the eye, also called the tear dot, and the outer corner of the eye, called the outer V. Okay, so this is the inner corner of the eye. Let us put like a V. This is the inner corner of the eye, or just place your hand here. This is the inner corner of the eye. This is also called the tear dot. Okay, as time goes on, when we start applying the eyeshadow, you understand what I mean by that, because I'll place some colors there. And you see the effect it gives, because it goes a long way to open the eyes, to close the eyes. Like it's an essential part of the eyes, and you need to know this part. So the outer V is, if this is the inner V, then this is the outer V. Okay, if this is the inner part of the eyes, this outer corner, also called the outer V, it is self-explanatory. Okay, outer V. So we have the eyelid, the crease, the brow bone, the inner corner of the eyes, the outer corner of the eyes. The inner corner is also called the tear dot, and the outer corner is also called, the outer part of the eyes is also called the outer V. Okay, then the next step is to identify your lash line. Okay, you hear people say, oh, lower lash line, lower lash line, lower lash line. The lower lash line is this is where you apply your eyeliner. It should be here. Is either called the lower lash line or the waterline. It is called the waterline. That is the makeup artist term. I don't know if it is so in biology, like part of the eyes, but it is called the waterline. You know, when you cry, when you tear up, everything, it gathers here. So it is called, in makeup artist term, the waterline. So this is the waterline. This part of the eyes, that is what is called the waterline. This is where you apply your eyeliner, both the black gel liner or the white eyeliner, or whatever color of eyeliner you want to apply that like change your makeup game. This is it. This is the waterline. So these like are the essential parts of the eyes you need to know to get and achieve the perfect eyeshadow application. So let's go over them again. Remember, we spoke about the eyelid, we talked about the crease, we talked about the brow bone, we talked about the inner corner of the eyes, we talked about the outer corner of the eyes, and we talked about the waterline. Should I go again? Okay, let's do it together. We talk about the eyelid, the crease, the brow bone, the inner corner of the eyes, the outer corner of the eyes, and the waterline. Those are the 6 essential parts of the eyes everybody needs to know. Whether you're a makeup artist, whether you want to do it professionally or you want to do it personally, whether you just love makeup, these are the parts of the eyes that you must know and you must identify, because they play a big role in your eyeshadow application. So now we're about to go into the proper eyeshadow application. So if you find this video helpful, please leave a comment in the comment section. Don't forget to subscribe, and for the eyeshadow explanation, proper eyeshadow application, let us move to the next video. So click on this video here to watch